is other people are at this point, piling on and telling this guy this. And he, on his phone, must have typed in the address and posts it. And it shows it pops up. And he says, see, this is a real address, 125. It's right there. And he's even mocking the people and saying, that took me 2 seconds, you morons. Right. So again, he's running victory laps and telling us who are questioning this that we're the idiots. But even his own screenshot, it said approximate location. And I was like, wait a minute, I've never noticed my phone saying that. So on my phone, I typed in the 822 Duke Drive, and it showed, yep, here's the distance and how 10 hours and whatever, and the actual thing, and I screenshot that. And then I typed in 125 Duke Drive, and it said approximate location. Yeah. So the point being, and here we'll flash it here on the screen, folks. You can see so my point was, and I said back to him, your own screenshot shows that your phone doesn't think this is a real address. Right. That's why it said, you know what I mean? Right. So at this point, you might think the guy would say, wow, I'm so sorry, I'm wasting all your time, guy. No, of course he did. Then he came back with and said, it's Duck Drive or Lane or whatever.
So what happened?
So he finally learned the truth. Instead of apologizing and, yep, I was doubling down with confidence, even though I'm totally wrong. Nope, didn't care.
No, I don't know if you know this, but actually what happened was someone who actually had been the Aguilar's neighbor, she came into the chat and she said it's Duck Drive, or she said it's Duck Lane. I know because they were my neighbors. She doesn't say anything else. All she says is duck, right? And which, fine. I mean, I liked the post, but I mean, that's all she said. I knew that it was, but it didn't matter because what he tried to tell me, what he was trying to sell was that all of this was just typos, right? The date of birth being on there instead of just the age was a typo. I'm sorry, you're actually talking about a format change.
Right.
Okay, that's not a typo, number one. The docket number being totally wrong. All right. They're not being a docket number. That's not a typo. Okay. You had to choose a docket number to put into this. Okay.
Right.
The address being totally wrong. The zip code not even being in the correct county. Okay. These are huge mistakes on what is supposed to be an official arrest record. BS. It's BS. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry at all. It is.
Well,
this was false. Everything about this was false.
Even in your summary there, though, too, just to underscore the fact that the docket number wasn't just some random thing that when you looked at it, when you filled in the missing digits, it wasn't somebody else's arrest. So clearly the person doctoring, in other words, if it was just typos, you would think it wouldn't point to anything. But the fact that it pointed to somebody else's arrest record or whatever the terminology would be shows that this was deliberate. Someone grabbed it.
Right.
Actually, is this a point? Remember you found the website that allows you to generate?
So then I'm like, whenever I do this, I always try basically to disprove my own theory. It's a thing that I do. It's why I drive myself insane, and it takes me forever to write a thread on anything because I'm always trying to disprove myself because I never want to put anything out there and then get embarrassed, right? And my worst fear is getting community noted. And so, which I've only ever been community noted on an opinion, which really annoyed me. But anyways, so I'm always trying to prove these things and whatnot. And I'm sorry, I lost
the generator of the mugshot.
So I start looking at different because I'm thinking like, what about? Is there something about this? Because this was a 2021, right? Let me see if I can find some 2021 pictures to make sure the format is still the same.
Okay, right. That you didn't want to be putting all your effort into maybe they did a switch. Maybe they used to do the date of birth, but then they realized maybe we should stop doing that and just okay, yep.
Right. Yes. No. So what I find when I find pictures of 2020 arrests, no, they don't. They're still doing the age. That's how they're doing it. They're still doing the full digits with the dash, in the last three. So I'm right on that, on my assumption. But I start going back older and older. And what I find, I put in like some different, just, like Harnett County arrest records, 2019. 2021. And then for whatever reason, I'm looking at images and a 2014 pops up, right? This is like a recommendation. So I click on it. And when I click on it, what that website actually is a PDF file. Okay. And this PDF file looks exactly like the arrest record that was being shown all over the internet. And I'm like, holy crap. So I start editing it myself. And what do you know? I'm able to create this perfect, carbon copy of what was being presented. Can I prove that that's what they did? No, I can't. But I know that they could have. I know that the technology is very easy and very accessible out there for anybody who wants to. You can superimpose someone's picture. And it's interesting because when I saved Tony's the arrest warrant that